Hi everybody, I want to give you a quick video to accomplish a couple different things. First, show you where you'll find your grades, talk about some minor corrections that we need to make moving forward, and how we make sure that we're all being part of the learning community. So first of all, I have posted all the grades for your week 1 forum. You would just come to the course and slide down. Obviously you're already at the course, but you can just come over here to grades. You'd go ahead and click that link. Now I can't grade myself, so but I promise you that right here where week 1 forum is, you'll see a paragraph in yellow, or yellow, not yellow, orange, that'll give you your feedback as well as your score. So I want to talk about, so first of all, I want to say that some of you may not be getting the score that you might expect. And I just want to talk about why that might be and how you can make those changes moving forward. So first of all, I should have done a better job, but I tried to show you an example of how you might synthesize your sort of personal on the ground experience with all of the learning materials available in week 1's 1.1 assignment. So the main reason that many of you may not have gotten all the points that you had expected was because you didn't directly reference most of the learning materials. You may have talked about Traxler and Norris and Soloway, but you didn't talk about Kolb, you didn't talk about the video, you didn't talk about the blog, you didn't bring any of the other materials into the picture. And several of you did do that, so that wasn't a problem. So we want to make sure that we're synthesizing the materials, as well as then applying that to your on-the-ground experience, like what you've tried, what you want to try, so that you have a nice synthesis there. Now, I want to be clear that I did not take away for APA. I absolutely did not penalize for anyone for APA. However, I did try to be purposeful. I did make this post here just to give you a small inkling of how you might actually use APA, as well as synthesize some of your personal thoughts while using the learning materials. And again, obviously I didn't reference all of them here like you would, but I just chose one and made a synthesis there. You only have to put a reference if you add new material. So this was sort of a model, so you may want to check that out. I also highly encourage many of you, you're just making in-text, for most of you are just making an in-text reference. So you need to look at how that looks like. You're not making a full reference, but you are at least giving me the name and the page number if you use a direct quote. One more reminder, just to be clear, the Ally PDF text. Mohammed Ally was the editor of a chapter book. Each chapter is written by an author or a set of authors. And so when you're referencing a chapter in the Ally PDF, you need to reference the actual author of the chapter. So for example, this week was Traxler 2009, and then you would add a page number if you made a direct quote. The next time you read in Traxler, it'll be a different set of authors. The only time that Mohammed Ally name comes into it is in the full reference, that if you were to give the absolute full reference. And again, I think that I want to say that I put that in here as well. Or I put it out in a news and announcements format. So one of the things that I do want to say is that you do want to be reading these news and announcement forums. So some of you had some problems with Twitter, but you maybe didn't see what Lauren had told you, and then I had sent an email out about actually citing Ally. So when these come to your email, we're not going to try to use these too much, but please be looking at these. So that sort of takes care of the first thing. So you didn't reference everything, and then but I did not penalize for APA. So I want to be clear about that. So if you used APA wrong, that didn't count against you. What I wanted to see is in Kolb or Norris and Soloway, or in the mobile video, or in the 10 things about mobile learning, what worked and what didn't. Like, I just needed to see that in your post. The second main reason that people perhaps did not get the points that they were perhaps expecting is one of the things I really tried to highlight in the virtual meeting, and I know that I said it in both recordings. I was very clear about that. So, you want to definitely go back and look at the the virtual meetings because I do have them here. So I had said that I don't want people in this course just sort of coming in, doing their post, doing their 2 replies, and they're out. We don't see them the other 4 days of the week. I just don't think that that's fair to this learning community. I mean, if we're going to be taking advantage of social media through mobile devices and really synergizing informal and formal learning, and that means you have to be present in the learning environment, then coming in and doing your posts and then replying all on the same day doesn't really support that sort of experience that we need to be providing for our students. So that was probably the other reason that people did not perhaps get all the points that they had anticipated. Again, I want to make sure that you understand that I gave you your feedback right away because don't worry. For those of you that got a 3, you are going to be fine. By the time you get to the end of the course, all of your points, that 3 is not going to make a big difference at this point. So don't worry about that. For those of you that got a 2 or a less, I will invite you to go ahead and resubmit your post. Now, if part of the reason that you got a 2 was because you only replied on the same day, then that can't be made up. So know that if you do resubmit, that the most that you could get would be a 3. But if that's something you want to do, then you just go ahead and email me your resubmission, and I will take a look at that and adjust your grade accordingly. So I guess I want to just take a few minutes here and just, first of all say I understand that this is a very busy time, but it's very important to me that I'm at the sort of leading edge of fighting this sort of paradigm that online learning is not rigorous and it's not robust. And I don't believe that, and that is why my form rubrics are actually quite rigorous. So please be sure to revisit that rubric. They are all posted in any assignment where you have a form that will be graded. So just be sure to be looking at those. Also be sure to be creating your original post in a Google Doc so that you have the time to edit it, get it where it needs, walk away, go to the mall, go for a run, come back, revisit your post, edit it, and then copy and paste it into the form. I cannot change the timer in Moodle. That is set by somebody big up at NC State. I have no control over the timing, the PHP timers. If I would be able to elevate it, I would, but I can't. So please compose your answers in a Google Doc. Be sure to synthesize all of the learning materials. Certainly talk about your personal experiences, but how do those relate to the learning materials? All right, thank you for your patience. Please don't hesitate to email me if you have any questions or concerns. I am certainly up for negotiating, revisiting anything. If I'm human, if I made a mistake, please bring that to my attention. But the most important thing is please be an active member of this learner community. Thank you very much, and I'll see you online.